Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Deep True Crime. I'm so happy you're here. Today, I'm going to share with you the top stories that have gone on over the last 48 hours. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, my friends. I'm Manny Rodriguez. Thank you so much for being here today. Let's just dive into it, right? We're digging deep in true crime where we explore the different cases out there. And so the first thing, I want to continue the Gabby Petito update. You see, this is a news sensation everyone continues to talk about. And I think it's going to stay in the news while Brian Laundrie is still missing, is still hiding, is still running. Whatever it is that he's doing, it's going to stay in the news a little longer. Well, at the end of the day, it should, because this is a horrific tragedy. A young couple, two people, young, 22, 23, go on a cross-country van life living world, should I say, and one comes back. And that one that comes back doesn't talk, doesn't say anything. There's no doubt there's more to this story, but until we get Brian Laundrie, we won't know. So let's go ahead and dive into these updates here, right? The first thing I want to talk about is, and you guys, if you've been following any bit of time, then you know that I've covered about the Gabby Petito Foundation. Well, they had their first official fundraiser. Awesome, right? So, let's see, I don't want that up there. So, Gabby, the family, they're trying to turn their pain into opportunity to serve more people, to make more people aware, people that go missing, to help the loved ones of those that are missing. And that's exactly what this foundation is. Now, I know at one time they wasn't too sure what that would look like. So, according to Petito's father, Joseph, when he created this foundation in his late daughter's name, he shared on Twitter, "We are looking to help people in similar situations." We're looking to help people in similar situations. Just like Gabby went missing. No one was helping. When it came to the person who knew, the family of the person who knew, no one was helping. No one was giving answers. Everyone was staying quiet. So obviously, what are they supposed to do with this particular incident, right? Like, the family's just trying to turn this into a better thing because no one's talking. So, what are they supposed to do? Turn it into a positive. And so that's exactly what they've worked on doing here, is turning this situation into a more positive situation. And so they had their first fundraiser just less than 24 hours ago, basically. Less than 24 hours they had this. And so according to some organizers, around 200 people attended this event, raising nearly $14,000. That was awesome. And this was just the local. There was more that was expected to be donated through their online efforts. Because as we know, and you can look in the comments below, I've shared with you the only 3 places that you want to make any donation if you do it online. And so they had their first official fundraiser right there in New York. It's Patchogue, something like that, Pachogi, something along those lines, on Sunday. And so, and this was only days after the at least some of the family claimed the daughter's body in Wyoming, right? They went, they got the body, they cremated it, and they spread the ashes of Gabby Petito right where she would love to overlook. If you didn't see that video, check on the channel. I shared with you the video on the picture that Joseph Petito took and where they cremated her, or where they spread her ashes, So you can definitely check it out on the channel. No problem there. And so, as we know, Brian Laundrie, he's now been missing since mid-September. Like, literally. No one even knew the exact date because the family was saying one thing when the facts were another. And so he's just a person of interest, but we all do believe he did this. And even he has his own support, right? He has his own support. I don't get it. To each his own, I don't understand it. But even Brian Laundrie has his support. Now, the only thing I support is I hope he turns in alive so that if he kills himself, that's not really justice for Gabby. Him being found guilty or admitting to his guilt, that would be justice for Gabby. And the family. And even the name is slipping my mind, Nicole Schmidt, Gabby's mom. She wants vengeance. She wants justice. She wants Brian Laundrie to be held accountable for this. And she's made that statement loud and clear. So I'm so happy that they had their Gabby Petito Foundation and they had their first fundraiser. I definitely appreciate that. And so, when it comes to a lot of this, right? What are the first impressions when they met Gabby's boyfriend at that time, Brian, right? And so the family actually spoke on this a little bit. And they shared their early impressions of Gabby Petito. And they thought Brian Laundrie was quiet and polite. Now, anytime I hear about someone who is quiet, I'm always reminded of when my aunt used to tell me, be careful of those who are very quiet. And maybe it's a Puerto Rican thing. I don't really know. I don't know that I really agree with that anymore. Because you never know when a person is a quiet individual. My son is very quiet. He's always been quiet and shy, right? Am I going to think anything negative about that? Not necessarily. But anytime I hear that, I do think about that. It just stuck with me about a girlfriend that I had at the time. My aunt was like, be careful. And so they've been vocal. Gabby Petito's parents have been very vocal about, Gabby's disappearance since Brian Laundrie arrived on September 1st to home in Northport, Florida. And so, the family, Joe Petito, now granted they're not together, Joe Petito and Nicole Schmidt, but they appeared on 60 Minutes Australia. They have a great relationship. You can even tell their current spouses they all four get along great. They all got the tattoos. The two moms, the mom and the stepmom got the same tattoos as Gabby had. The dad and the stepdad, they got some wonderful tattoos. Again, you can find that on my channel. I might have to put the link in if I remember. And so, according to an article in the New York Post, Gabby's parents were worried when she told them about her road trip. But they knew that she had to make the decision for herself. Makes sense, right? She's becoming a woman. She has to make these decisions on her own. No matter how much you tell her don't do it, she can still do it on her own. So I could get that. Obviously, you wish you could do something different in hindsight with this particular situation. But they said, he appeared kind, he appeared quiet, he appeared like a polite person. And so, but as Joe added, she did look happy, but as we look more and more into this, it might not have been as great as people online perceive. Well, after you see that August 12th incident, absolutely, you're like, what the heck is going on here? I mean, he grabs her like this and even cuts her a little bit, causing it to kind of be a fresh burn. I mean, that poor Gabby. Hopefully we get some justice for you, Gabby. That's the whole goal. That's why I keep talking about this, so that we can keep our eyes and our attention looking for Brian Dirty Laundrie, because he needs to be held accountable for this. And truth be told, my thought process, I believe his parents need to be held accountable as well. Truly believe his parents need to be held accountable as well. And so that is the latest on the update around Gabby Petito. And so we only wait to see, will we know more soon? Hopefully.